Happy New Year, Nova Nation, and welcome back to Inside Villanova Basketball presented by Toyota. I'm your host, James Jackson. I hope those New Year's resolutions are still intact. No judgment if they're not. We have a great show coming for you guys today. I sit down with Bryce Lindsey to hear about his incredible journey, and we also pay tribute to one of the greatest Wildcats of all time, George Raveling, whose name still echoes throughout the main line to this day. But first, let's tip it off in the Coach's Corner, where we hear from the head man himself about what makes Acaden Lewis's game so special.
We're inside the Coach's Corner with Coach Willard. And Coach, we're going to talk today a little bit about Acaden Lewis, the Big East assist leader as we record this. What were some of the challenges for Acaden coming from Sidwell Friends and making the transition from high school to college?
Yeah, I mean, I think he's really transitioned well. I think probably the biggest thing is just getting used to playing with four other guys around him that can help him make plays. You know, at Sidwell, played for a tremendous coach, but was asked to be a little bit more of a point guard and scorer. So here, playing with other guys on the floor that can score, his transition to try to get everyone involved has probably just been the biggest thing he's had to learn.
What are the dynamics of a relationship between a head coach and a point guard? You played the position in college. It's a unique relationship, isn't it?
It is, because it's a lot of responsibility. I call it, being the head of the snake. Everybody kind of see, when you're bringing the ball up, they look at you, and if they see confidence, if they see someone that's, has confidence himself, they're going to have confidence. And same way on the defensive end. If he's getting after it on the defensive end and he's working on the defensive end, it kind of sends the same message back to his other teammates. So in essence, he's out there really projecting what I want and how we want to play.
What have you seen the most growth from Acaden across, we've 10 games in at this point?
Yeah, I think the biggest thing is just understanding who he's on the floor with, picking his spots to when to be aggressive to score, but also understanding, just taking what the defense gives him.
And now maybe we can go to the video and see some examples of Acaden's work.
Yeah, this is the other night against Pittsburgh, coming down in transition, knowing that he's got two great scorers there. And this is something we've gotten a lot better at, is that pitch action of, not just always going off a pick and roll, but here we pitch, great backdoor cut. He draws two defenders. I think early in the year he would have tried to score that. Now he knows he's got a great shooter, two great shooters on the side, and we get an open three. Again, this is a little bit in the half court, coming down, setting a pick and roll with Matt Hodge. He doesn't get it. And again, being patient, getting into secondary action. And now we get him off a little bit of a zoom. We get good weak side spacing on there. He reads the defense. He sees the single tag. He's stuck inside. A great snap back to a shooter for a wide open three. Again, this is he's gotten much, much better in transition, just understanding pace. You see how his head's up. He's looking for guys. He's got shooters on both sides. He's not in a rush. He gets off it. Now we get a secondary pick and roll. He takes on the hedge. Great bullet pass for an and one.
You talked about patience. How unique is that for a first-year player to have the patience level that Acaden has demonstrated?
Well, I think that's one reason why he was such a great player in high school. He's had the ball in his hands. He understands he's got to make plays at certain times. I think the biggest thing is just getting used to it's a different defense every night, where maybe he didn't see that so much in high school. Now he's seeing people trapping his pick and rolls, people are going under his pick and rolls, just reading what the defense is giving him.
The other trait he's shown a lot of is the ability to finish in the lane, which sometimes smaller guards have trouble with. What is it about him that allows him to do that?
If you ever watch him and how he finishes with his right hand, he's actually right-handed. He writes right-handed. He does everything with his right hand. So when people always come up to me and say, "I've never seen a lefty finish righty," I'm like, "I've never seen a righty finish lefty." So I think it's the fact that he puts a lot of time into his game. He's always out here. He's always one of the first guys in the gym. He's always working on his ball handling. He really is. He studies the game at a very high level. He understands the game at a very high level. And I think the fact that he's righty and he plays lefty is helping him.
A little insight for our fans. Thanks, Coach.
Thanks, Mike.
Now that's a fun one. Lefty on the court, righty in real life. On either hand, Acaden is just getting started, and he's going to be a major factor in Villanova's run as the season moves on. Still ahead, I sit down with redshirt sophomore guard Bryce Lindsey, and after the break, we honor the legacy of the legendary George Raveling.